Hi, I'm Zen and I'm an IT director of my own startup, Zen Limited, and we've deployed Google Apps for Business. Having a multinational workforce creates some challenges. One of our biggest challenges so far has been making employees feel interconnected and part of the wider company. To overcome this, we've created a unified portal using Google Sites, and we call it Connect. Here, we've created microsites and team sites for employees who want to collaborate together on projects without needing to involve our IT team. While all our content is authored in English, we want to be able to share it in multiple languages. Let me show you how our systems architect, Javier, who's based in our Barcelona office, uses Google Sites. When Javier goes to our intranet portal, Connect, he initially sees the site in English, but Google detects that his preferred language setting is Spanish. So he's given the option to translate the entire site into Spanish automatically. As Javier moves through different parts of the site, Google will continue to translate it for him. This means, as an IT team, that we don't need to invest in an expensive content management system to manage multiple language sites. Google Sites has also been a great way to glue together all our Google Apps products, other cloud vendors and on-premise applications into a single user portal. For example, we've embedded a centralized corporate Google Calendar for our weekly all-hands meeting, so everyone in the company can see where and when it'll be held. So if anyone wants to stay updated, they can just click this Google Calendar button and it'll be added to their own personal business calendar. And if someone finds a discrepancy in this calendar, they can simply click a Talk button on this page to initiate a real-time chat with the event manager to discuss. So I'll just add this to my calendar view. Now that I have the weekly all-hands calendar in an overlay, I can immediately see a clash with one of my own meetings. So I need to move my one-to-one meetings with my team to a different time. Before we deployed Google Apps, I'd have had to browse through different calendars and find new rooms to hold the meeting. With Smart Rescheduler, Google Calendar will automatically try to find alternative times and rooms to recreate the meeting. It allows me to choose trade-offs to get the meeting sooner. So there, Google's found a slot in a new location, which works for everyone. Now I can even see exactly where this meeting is by using Google Street View, which is one of the many features Google connected into Google Apps. For our weekly all-hands meeting, our company likes to give everyone an opportunity to share feedback to our executives and the wider company. We want everyone to have a voice. The main way we do this is by having a weekly executive Q&A, where any employee can submit questions or comments to our execs, and they'll respond. With so many employees in our company, it's previously been difficult to prioritise which issues should be raised. With Google Moderator enabled, we managed to solve this problem. Google Moderator shows employees all of the questions that have been submitted, which they can then vote on to get the question prioritised. In addition to this, employees can quickly and easily submit their own questions. How do we need to change our business in Japan to grow more quickly? Google Sites also gives us this ability to store relevant proposals, templates, and design documents, all safely in the cloud and protected by our company single sign-on. Any employee can access these files as long as they have an internet connection and a company login. The great thing about the file cabinet in Google Sites is that it's blurred the line between documents which are cloud, like Google Docs, and the many legacy files in the company which were not initially created in Google Docs. For example, if I were to upload an updated version of this Microsoft Excel spreadsheet, the Google Sites file cabinet will automatically maintain version control, and I can revert back to any previous versions should I need to. As an IT director, this is great, because I don't need to worry about managing backups and storage for employees. This, however, is a Google Doc, and it's a design diagram for our new enterprise service bus. I can quickly open it and at the same time ask my colleague, Javier, who's based in Spain, to join me on the design. So now I can see Javier's viewing the same document so we can work on it in real time, together, as if we were in the same room on a whiteboard. While I personally choose to use Google Docs, we have some employees who haven't yet been fully deployed on Google Apps. For example, here you can see a pretty rich document, which is being authored by one of my colleagues using Microsoft Word. Google Docs has a rich import, export and editing fidelity to allow documents to move between Google Docs and Microsoft Office. For example, the document you saw me working on moments ago in Microsoft Word can simply be uploaded into Google Docs. If I choose to not convert it into a Google Doc, the Microsoft Word file simply remains as it is, except it's now stored in the cloud, so I can access it at any time. But the colleague I'm sharing this with doesn't have Microsoft Word, so I'll convert it into a Google Doc during the upload. As you can see, the Microsoft Word file was uploaded perfectly, keeping in line images, tabs, formatting, etc. And now it's ready to share with my colleagues. Because it's now in a Google Doc, they're able to collaborate in real time, no matter where they are. As an IT director, I feel it's very important to get feedback on how Google Apps is working for employees in our company. So I've decided to add a contact section to our main portal, where employees can send their feedback directly to me. All I need to do is click on Documents, create a new spreadsheet, and give it a name, Intranet Feedback. I'll just require them to send their name and some basic comments. I can now overlay a form on top of this spreadsheet with just a few clicks. It automatically gives me some suggested fields, and I could style them, but for now I'll just stick with the basic layout. Now all I need to do is go back to our intranet portal and edit it to include the form. The form's embedded into the site, ready for users to submit feedback. The feedback appears in real time in my spreadsheet. So Javier, my colleague based in Spain, sees the same feedback form which is now embedded in his Spanish version of the site. Javier's chosen to submit his feedback in Spanish. This appears in my spreadsheet in real time, along with feedback from other employees, all submitting it in their preferred language. Kiyomi's now giving me her feedback in Japanese. While real-time feedback from a single standardised form is great, I now need to understand all the different comments that have been submitted. All I need to do is simply create a new column for the English translations. I can simply use some of the functions built into Google Docs, like this automatic language detect and translate feature. It detects the source language and converts it to my preferred language as set in my profile. So now all feedback appears in the spreadsheet in English, irrespective of the language it was submitted in.